Hey guys, time for Daily Share. Today is Friday, April 3rd. Today is Good Friday, and what a better day in the year. I can't decide which one I like better, Good Friday or Easter, because Good Friday is the day that we spend reflecting on what He did and the price that He paid for us, and just who Jesus is and who He was here on this earth and what He came here to accomplish and what He did accomplish when He died on that cross for us. It says that there is no greater love than the love that a man has, that he would lay down his life for his friend. And that's exactly what Jesus did. He laid down His life for us so that He could call us friend, so that we would be able to be called friend by Him. And that is just so powerful. He did that so that we might know Him. And He would have done it for just one person. He bore the weight of all sin on the earth, but not everybody accepts that. Not everybody receives His forgiveness of sin. But I'm thankful today that I have, and what He's done in my life, and the person I was when I was lost in sin, that I am no longer there, that He saved me from that. I am just so thankful for that today. And I just encourage you to reflect on that as well, on who He is. And, it just brought me to, thinking about how many people hate Him still today, when all He came here to do was to do something wonderful and beautiful for us, because He loved us so much. And so many people hated Him because of that. And so many people hate Him today because of that. They deny that He's the Christ. They deny that He's the Messiah. They deny that He was ever anything other than just a man in a history book. There are so many people who speak against Him still today, and it just amazes me. And this morning as I was leaving for work, I was listening to the radio, 104.7 The Fish, and as I was backing out, it doesn't pick up too well till I get to a certain spot on the road. So as I was backing out, there was another radio station that was breaking through, and the announcer was talking about a planned attack from an ISIS group that was planned for today, Good Friday, because it's such a significant day to the Christian believer. And they were talking about how it had been intercepted and how, it didn't happen. But as the announcer was talking about that, there was a song that was playing on the fish that kept busting through. And the line that came through when the announcer was saying was, "Greater is the one living inside of me than he who is living in the world." And as the announcer kept talking, this line popped through again: "Greater is the one living inside of me than he who is living in the world." And God just began to speak to me through that. And He said, "You know what?" He said, "I am greater than even the biggest threat here on the earth. I'm greater than that. I'm greater than any religion that speaks against me. I'm greater than any group or, orientation that speaks against me. I'm greater than anything that denounces or denies who I am. I am greater than those things, and that there's no need for us to fear as His children." And the verse says that song came from, it's 1 John 4:4, and it says, "Ye are of God, little children, and have overcome them, because greater is He that is in you than he that is in the world." So just remember that today. I know that's what God was speaking to me. He said, "Ye are of God, little children." We are God's children. We are the I am. We are His children, the Jehovah God. We are His children. And there is nothing in this world that is greater than Him. And if He's living inside of us, then we have already overcome the world, because we have something in us that is so much greater than any group, anybody, anything in this world that could ever stand or try to stand against Christ and who He is and who He came here to be. There is nobody, no thing, nothing in this earth that can stand against that. Even the greatest things in this earth, He's greater than that. He's greater than these terrorist groups. He's greater than any of these things that we face today that are so real in our day and time, that are rising up against the Christian people, that are rising up against Him, because that's really what it is. They hate Him and they want to do anything they can to denounce who He is. But today, just be encouraged. Be encouraged that He is greater. He is so much greater than anything in this world. And I just thought that was such a wonderful way to speak to me this morning. It was just so wonderful as he was talking about that, and we hear it so much, and it's so terrible. They do some heinous things, and they're killing Christians and just really fighting against. And there's so many other things in this world that are too, that are more subtle and doing it in a different way. But we have to be bold, and we have to stand up, and we have to realize that what this verse says is true, that who He is inside of us, and that it is greater than anything in this world. We have to be bold. We have to proclaim that. We have to remember who Jesus is and be bold enough to stand up and say, Jesus is the Messiah. There is no other way but through Him. And when we do that, we are releasing something that is greater than the world, and that is so powerful. And I just want you to remember that today. I just was so encouraged, and it just made this Good Friday even better. And I just had so much more to reflect on, and just what God's done for me. I hope that you just take this time to reflect on what He's done for you, and that He is so much greater than anything we could ever face in this life, and that there's nothing to fear if you have Him living inside of you. And don't ever be afraid to proclaim that and to let people know who He is and how real He is in your life and what He can do for their lives. I remember where I was before He saved me, and I would never want to go back there, because He truly is the Savior. He truly saves us from so much more than just sin. He saves us from ourselves and from all these things in the world that could so easily defeat us. He saves us from all of that. So if you call Him Savior today, I just encourage you just to thank Him and just remember all the things He's done for you, and just reflect on that as we approach Easter. And until tomorrow, just be blessed. I love you. I'm praying for you. And just remember to be bold in Him, because He is greater than anything in this world.